This podcast is certified fresh. Freshmediaworks.com.
Welcome to the Montgomery ISD Athletics Show, where each week we share conversations about everything that makes MISD athletics so great. Montgomery ISD, in partnership with families and community, will graduate all students with the knowledge, skills, and leadership necessary to thrive as productive and responsible citizens. Athletics play a vital role in student success, promoting physical and mental well-being while developing essential life skills like teamwork, leadership, and resilience that benefit students far beyond high school. The Montgomery ISD Coaches Show is fueled by EAG Automotive, East Texas's MVP since 1977. With 8 locations and a winning lineup of new and pre-owned rides, they bring the heat with hometown hustle and high-performance service. EAG Automotive, where East Texas drives to win.
With 60,000 fiber route miles across 20 states, we deliver reliable solutions. We prioritize customer service to build better relationships and a better Texas. Consolidated Communications. Let's build a better network.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Montgomery ISD Athletics Show. I'm Chris Daly, and I am joined by Montgomery head coach Grant Cooper. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing great. Wow, 3-1 overall, including an opening district win against Dayton. What a barn burner. Explain that game to me.
Yes, sir. You know, Dayton's a tough place to play, and Coach Prieto and his staff do a tremendous job. We knew it was going to be a battle. Their kids play really, really hard. We kind of – in different points in the game, we kind of got out to leads. We're trying to separate, and you got to give them credit. They never quit. Got up 20 points with 3 minutes left. They end up scoring. Onside kick, they get it. They score again. And then they onside kicked with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. And we were able to recover it. It seemed like the ball hung in the air forever. And then we picked up a couple first downs and were able to take a knee. So incredible game. We'll take the win. We got a lot to clean up, though, moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. And I tell you, something about Dayton. I've been used to live in the Houston area, so went to a lot of H-Town area games. And for 20 years, Dayton has just always had the closest games. They may not win, but they're always so close. They're fun to watch.
Yes, sir. I think everybody in the bleachers got their money's worth for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So first, let's talk offensively. 52 points. You've got Keldred Ben, 292 yards rushing. Wow. Talk about the offense.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Dayton does some really good things on defense. Coach Poth, their DC, we've gone against him many times, and they're so hard to go against. They'll line up a bunch of different ways: 5-man front, 4-man front, 3-man front, different coverages. And so our game plan was we knew we had to run the ball. That's kind of our identity, and so it set up well. And so Keldred, he touched it 29 times. The previous couple games he didn't have as many touches, and so we kind of knew we needed to ride him a little bit, and he delivered. He was hard to bring down. Our offensive line did a tremendous job. Our H-backs, tight ends, everybody was very unselfish with the way they put their body on the line to block. And so and I think the big thing in the game, that was kind of our game plan too, is we took care of the ball. They were the number one team in district as far as forcing turnovers, and we had 0 turnovers on offense. So that was big. We did throw the ball 10 times, completed 9 of them, so pretty efficient there. Luke Pyro, our ex-receiver, continues to come on. He had 2 touchdowns. He's had 6 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Jack Merriman makes us go on offense at the quarterback position. So did a lot of good things. Thing we're probably most proud of is just the ball security.
Yeah, no doubt. And, the flip side is the defense. And, I always tell people if you can keep a team under 28 points in today's offenses, that's a really good defensive showing. What happened there? 46 points.
Yeah, it's little things. A lot of their touchdowns, we had them in 3rd and 4th and long, and a lot of it was penalties. We had several penalties. Some of them were silly penalties, things that are correctable that we can get cleaned up. And then you got to give Dayton credit. Their quarterback, Coach Prieto's son, is a tremendous player. They have a really good running back that's hard to get down. So they went and made some plays as well. If you watch the film, our guys played really hard, and we're coming off back-to-back shutouts, for defensive performances. So we're playing good. We just got to play smarter, and I think we'll get that cleaned up moving forward.
Nice. If you could pull out some of the players on defense that did well, despite what the scoreboard looks like.
Yes, sir. Yeah, our D-line was very active, and we need those guys to be, because it's a veteran group. Cade Smith and Nolan Carpenter, our defensive ends, did a really good job of putting pressure on the quarterback. Our linebackers are a really strong group. Chase Abrantes, Lance Ellers, Cooper Jones, Keegan Gilbert. They're very active. And so those guys did some really good things throughout the game.
Nice. And how about the coaching aspect in a barn burner like this? Is there a lot of chess match going on, or is it just, hey, this is what the kids did?
Absolutely. We're kind of looking at the score. We're up 20 points. I thought about going for 2 to make it 21 at times. And then the big thing was, we knew onside kicks were coming. So quite often we had our hands team out there. And then just the clock management. I think we were able to kind of limit the second half a little bit. We ran the ball quite a bit in the second half and try to eat the clock as much as we could.
Nice. Well, let's shift gears to hometown rival Lake Creek. And this is an interesting rivalry because early on they dominated the thing, and it has shifted to Montgomery. So tell me about the rivalry first.
Yeah, this is, I think, is our 8th year playing. We hold the 4-3 record. So I would, using the word dominating, I think that would be,
maybe a stretch, right?
Yeah. But I'll say this: it's always a battle.
Yeah.
Even the first year when they didn't have seniors, it's a battle. We've had 80 to 55 game. We've had games that came down to a field goal. We've had several games where there's over 100 points combined scored, and so. Just like any good rivalry, you can throw everything out the window, and it's going to be 2 teams with their kids playing as hard as they can on both sides.
Yeah. And what do we expect from Lake Creek this year? Obviously your running game is going to be a big factor for you, but what do you expect from them?
Yeah. They're extremely well coached. Coach Kennedy and his team have to do a tremendous job. They don't make mistakes. They play really hard. They're very sound in what they do. Offensively, the quarterback's a good runner. He's tough to bring down, hard nose. They got a running back who's really come on. He's also, really hard to tackle. Offensive line does some really good things. They got some good players. The Hunter McKinney kid is a really good offensive lineman. They got some receivers that can play a little bit, that can go, and they always do. Defensively, they play really hard. They're usually one of the best tackling teams we go against. It's hard to make a miss in open space. And they're very sound in what they do, and they don't give up a lot of easy plays. You got to earn it against them. And then in the kicking game, they're really tough. When they do score, a lot of times they're going for 2, and so you got to defend that. They've done some really good stuff on kickoff with some onside that are tough to defend. I know they've had at least 1 return for a touchdown on a kickoff, and so we're going to have to play well. It's going to be a tough match for us on Friday.
Yeah, I tell you. And I assume that it's going to be, standing room only and everybody in town.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is the first game of the Motown Showdown in the renovated stadium.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate. We're the home team. And, when we had homecoming a couple of weeks ago, we sold out the home side. And so I'm hoping our fans will do that again. And I know Lake Creek will bring a really good crowd as well. So, all goes well. We got 10,000 fans there on Friday night, seeing us battling each other out.
Excellent. And talk about the Motown Showdown. What happens at the stadium? What happens in town that, builds this thing up?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. And this year especially, this is the district's 100th year anniversary.
Wow.
And so that's kind of cool. I know they're doing a lot of stuff pregame and at halftime to kind of celebrate our district. I'm kind of proud of Montgomery ISD and the fact that I'm an alum. Nice. And so, this is kind of cool that this is the 100th year anniversary. But there's little things throughout, like Chick-fil-A has a contest for who's going to go and order the most food throughout the week. We do a kind of a food drive against Lake Creek where we're collecting jelly, they're collecting peanut butter, and we try to see who can get the most. Our education foundation has got some fundraiser stuff. There's a breakfast on Friday with Dr. Ruff and kind of a state of the district deal at our new CTE center, which is really cool. And they do some other things to try to raise some money. So it's a full week, and it's kind of cool too. It doesn't always fall this way, but our junior highs are playing each other tonight and tomorrow night at the big stadium. So 4 out of 5 nights this week, there'll be a little Montgomery Lake Creek battle going on.
I love that. Well, I've got Coach Kennedy's show tomorrow. Any message for him?
Tell him I wish him all the best. We usually have a couple meetings. So I got to see him last week, but we're looking forward to Friday night. I know it's going to be a tremendous contest. And so we're looking forward to it.
I love it. I love it. Again, congratulations on the Dayton win, 1-0 in district, and best of luck this week, man.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Chris. Appreciate it.
Take care. Bye. At the Woodlands Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, they want kids to thrive, not just in school, but in sports and in life. Pressures like anxiety, ADHD, or even the stress of competition and injuries can hold them back. That's why their team offers specialized care, including sports psychology, to help kids manage performance pressure, bounce back from setbacks, and build confidence on and off the field. They provide complimentary consultations, so call today. Call 281-528-4226 or visit addwoodlands.com because every student deserves the chance to thrive.